Hey, it's Mikey B. Zan. This is what the animation stages of these dancing aliens look like. On the rough animation, you'll notice some of the aliens are headless at this stage. That's because I drew a line boil of 3 frames for the head and then copy and pasted those frames on their own layer for the duration of the loop. I used a transform tool to track the head along the path of the body to keep the head connected to the neck. The line work, or cleanup stage, was done by Brittany Pinn. We have a system such that after I finish the rough animation on a batch of loops, I'll send them to her to draw over for the cleanup. And while she does the cleanup, I can get started on the next rough animation or start coloring and cell shading. For the cell shading, I used a toon shader to quickly get a highlight value wrapping around the body. But for the highlights on the eyes, I animated those by hand frame by frame, since the toon shader couldn't get the specific dots I had in mind. And since people look at the eyes first, it's important to give eyes a little bit extra attention so they never appear lifeless. The body language must show the personality of the dance. Because I don't have a personality or know anything about dancing, I relied heavily on reference footage of dances to help draw the poses. I wanted these aliens to have a kind of naive innocence to them, like they're visitors from space trying to fit in with the human race by learning our dance moves. I also recently watched the original live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogies, so the hands and feet of these aliens are basically ripped from the turtles. Animation is a bunch of simple tasks layered on top of each other. The scope of what can be done in animation is infinitely complex, but always remember any one aspect of animation can be broken down into simpler parts. I hope you found this somewhat interesting to see. Should I share more animation process videos like this? Let me know in the comments. This is pretty easy to do on my end, and since I'm up to my shoulders in work most of the time, I don't have a ton of energy for YouTube. But if people like this sort of thing, I'd be happy to post more of these. Special thank you to these Patreon supporters: King Leo Picasso, Nick Marsden of Pleasure Fields from Pleasure Wax Records on Bandcamp, Matteo Segade, Rogue Deezy, Acer Vantes from Talon Music Group. Thanks a lot for watching.